Okay, I want to talk today about how our opinions change over as we grow. Like things we loved as a child or as a younger person, um, we might grow to not like so much as we get older, or vice versa. Things we didn't like as a child or a younger person, we might start to like as we get older. I can think of two examples right now that actually two examples that really spark this thing. Like, okay, first things first. Netflix just dropped their most recent, one of their more recent original series. It was it was Lemony Snicket's A Series of Unfortunate Events, and absolutely adored that series as a child. I loved it to death. It was what got me into reading, as you can plainly see by my bookshelf that my four level, it's like one level, two level, three level, and then four level. There's a fourth level you can't see, of bookshelf of just books that I've read, I've collected, and I'm going to read, and things like that. Um, the series of unfortunate events is one of the things that got me started reading. Like I said, I loved it as a child. It was a great story. And so naturally, I was kind of excited when Netflix announced that they were making it into a series. And I went and watched it with and you should never do this because you're always going to be disappointed. I went and watched it with the anticipation of recapturing that love for the series that I had when I was younger. And I have to say, it's a solid show. And they did what they should have done, which was keep it child friendly. Because the books were very child friendly. I actually have all 13 of them over there on the shelf. The books were very child friendly for the most part. There was some, if I remember correctly, again, it's been years since I read them, there was some dark stuff in it that you wouldn't really expect in a kids show, in a kids series. But when I went and watched the first episode of the Netflix series, it was good. Like, it was a very solid show, a very good kids show, I feel. Or younger person show. Like, a 5-year-old probably wouldn't get anything out of it, but a 10-year-old probably would like it. And I probably would have liked it when I was 10. But I went into it wanting it to be as dark as I remembered it being. And, of course, I was sorely disappointed. And like I said, it's a good show. I can't deny that. It is solid, and I probably will watch the rest of it just for the nostalgia of it, and to try and to see if I can find another series that I want to watch, because I've been wanting to watch more shows because I haven't been able to, because just reasons, and I want to get more into it, and I want to expand my horizons in shows and media as much as I've expanded my horizons with music. But going back to my original point of not liking things of liking things when you're younger than when you're older. You can also like things more as you get older versus when you're younger. Like, I've never been big on sports. I've never been much of a sports watcher because I don't really see the point, I guess. I know I'm gonna offend a lot of people here, so I'm about to bash a lot of sports, or just sports in general. So if you don't want to hear that, then you know where the exit is. It's like up there or over there. I don't know which way this is going to show up on the film. I think it's over there. You know where the exit is. But I've never been a big sports fan. I played baseball when I was young, but that was just more at my dad's discretion. He wanted me to play baseball, so as a 7-year-old kid, what are you gonna do? You do what dad tells you to do. I didn't really, I liked it. It was fun, I guess. But then when I got old enough to actually say, I don't really like this, they let me stop. And sports weren't really a big thing in my life after that. And I can say I don't like watching sports I never liked watching sports on television at all. If I was at the game, I could get into the energy of the crowd. I could feel the energy of the crowd, and it would kind of excite me a little bit, and it would be fun, just being part of that whole group. Excuse me. But after that, other than that, though, sports never really been my forte until like the past 2 3 weeks. My parents have gotten in really into watching football on the football games on Sundays, or I don't know what Europeans call it. I think it's hand egg, maybe American football. They've been watching American football on Sundays, and naturally, I always go see them on Sunday evenings or Sunday afternoons and go spend the day with them. And they were watching football tonight, and it was the Atlanta Falcons versus the Green Bay Packers. And I was just getting into it. Like, I was mocking it all the time because that's what I do. Like, I made the comment early on that football is just aggressive butt touches, because that's what I saw a lot of watching it, and I laughed every time. And then my mom asked me why I was laughing, and I told her that, and she laughed too. But football, as I've noticed, I'm liking it more, if that makes sense. I can understand why people like it, because it's exciting and it's something you can join in on as an individual. It's some kind of collective, what's the word escapes me. Some kind of collective idea, collective desire of wanting something to happen and wanting something to not happen, i.e. I'm from Georgia, so naturally I wanted... I wasn't too big on it last weekend. You can ask my friend Jake, and he was like big wanting the Falcons to win against their game with the Seahawks. And so naturally, being the a-hole I am, as soon as he told me he was rooting for the Falcons in that game, I was immediately like, go Seahawks. Because that's just who I am. I was never cared much for sports, so I naturally went against my friends just to spite them and because it was funny. But I actually got excited today as the Falcons were playing, and I had a really good time watching that game with my parents, and it was fun. And I will probably be watching them in the Super Bowl in 2 weeks, so I can watch them, hopefully, Georgia Pride beat down the New England Patriots, so I doubt that's going to happen. Good luck, Falcons. Good luck. Hopefully you guys can take it, because it's been forever since, and no one gives you credit. No one gives y'all credit, so hopefully you can take it and whoop the Patriots. Again, that's also going to alienate a lot of people if you watch this far. So, that's just what I've felt as time's gone on. So hopefully you guys, so talk about that in the comments. What's something you liked as a child that you noticed that now that you're older, you go back and revisit it, wanting the nostalgia back, and you realize it's kind of lame? Or what's something you did not like as a child, and you've grown up, and you're like, okay, I actually kind of like this more now. There's another thing, it can be anything. Food, like, I hated apples when I was a kid. I hated most meats when I was a kid, except chicken. But now that I'm older, my palate's increased. I love apples, and I love most meats. Most, I say. I'm not a big pork person, but either way, that's beside the point. Talk about that in the comments. And have a great evening. Have a great afternoon. Go Falcons. And I'll see you guys later.